Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Sore Feet Adventurers. Last episode, one of your companions was seriously injured, Okri. Being injured, terribly injured in a fight, you rushed him over to a great healer. It was to be Algron the botanist. You rushed him there, this miracle worker, and the airship. You eventually made it to his house. You encountered Algron, and he directed you towards his clinic. After you were all in the waiting room of his clinic, he had Sora place the injured Okri on one of the beds, and went to the room and kind of closed. It's kind of the room. He closed his curtain in between, so you could not see. His only rules were that you do not look as he heals Okri. So.
That, and you may choose to use the altar to
pray. That's right.
Pray for your comrade.
All right. We're going to start with the newest member. So, Algron, if you wish to describe how you look one more time.
Algeron is of a...
Okay, how do you say that?
Algeron.
Algeron?
Algeron.
Okay.
Algeron.
How do you spell that?
Algerone.
Okay.
Algeron?
Algeroni.
It's pronounced Algron.
Stefan.
So, he is of a pale tan skin with bright... So,
Pale tan skin?
Yes, have you never looked that up and seen it?
No.
I know what it looks like.
I know.
It's if someone who had pale skin tanned.
So like me,
Yes.
Yes.
but not right now.
Yes.
Okay.
So either way, pale tanned skin and light blonde hair, brown eyes. This person is more easier to look at than most people you've seen. And the air around them seems to permeate kindness. That's about it.
Here was blonde, right? Mm-hmm. So you saw this this long-haired blonde figure tell you his rules as he goes into his clinic room to heal your fallen comrade.
Mm-hmm. And he would calmly, with each step, it seems that he walks with purpose, walk past the curtain and close it shut.
So he closes it. You're just sitting in. All of the rest of you are in this waiting room. It's with all the bodies in there. It feels a little clustered, but it's actually quite homey in here. It's temperature is quite nice, though you're in the kind of more southern climate. But so yes, what Sora?
Sora's just gonna actually walk out of the place.
You walk out?
Yeah.
All right. You walk out of you're just gonna walk out of the whole clinic?
Yeah.
You walk out of the clinic, and as you walk out, you do see the familiar path you took as the garden and the greenhouse are close by.
The greenhouse is attached to the
Yeah. You see it from the outside, though.
On
and the inside as well.
on
If you look at the clip.
Oh, yeah. So
On the
you walk
out-
out, you do see there's the greenhouse that's connected, and as you see the path that you took, the kind of also path, you do see the garden.
do I see outside? Do I see like a forest area?
As you look around, you do see the whole land, the whole plot, is actually built into kind of the woods and kind of to be blended in with nature.
There's a trail of cobblestone that leads into the forest, though.
So
He's gonna walk into a little bit to the forest.
okay, make your way there. Oh, but there we're gonna go to Algron and what you see. So Algron, as you walk up to this dwarf, you see this quite hardy dwarf. Is normally he's gone rather pale. You can tell from the loss of blood, and he has a deep, looks to be a deep stab wound. As you go and inspect it, you can see this black liquid kind of spreading around. It looks like it's getting into his veins.
Okay.
Kind of spreading up his body.
As my racial ability, I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
That poison, you do, you should go and put your hand over there and you're using your normal stance, normal magic as you're detecting it. You detect there's a poison. There's something weird about it. It's kind of it moving like a poison, so you're getting a sense that it's a poison.
But
There's
it's more of a
definitely something-
magical one.
There's something more magical and sinister to it.
through my days of working with the druids and my revered mother of Ilmater, considering they're strong, I've been told that there are anything of old diseases or magical things that linger in the material realm.
You've heard tales of such poisons or diseases, but this doesn't look to be. This looks to be something different.
Okay.
You can roll them. So you can roll if you want to roll
Medicine?
medicine to see like what it's doing to Okri.
I'm going to use an inspiration on that.
All right,
Oh my
That's a
god.
Wow.
30.
Yes.
As you go and study this, and you're prodding and just checking out your healing magic, testing what this new black substance is. If you take a little bit away to the side, you see it actually moves so slightly on its own.
In what direction? Back towards Okri?
And when you take it away from the what you consider we say the host, it just moves. It's seeking. You
Okay.
can't really tell. As you do study Okri as in healing, you do see when you apply healing magic, it pushes this infection, as you call it, back. After you've done healing, it seems to kind of move back and slowly search its way around.
Okay. The most I can do then is I'm going to stitch up the wound and have the wound heal at least, but to heal the insides, I'm just going to have to...
With your 30,
Take
you
something
do know
more.
if you make a very powerful poultice or a herbal remedy, it could stem whatever this infliction is
Okay.
until you find something stronger, more potent.
Right.
You find out more information.
Okay.
Oh.
And the other thing, because of the spell I cast, basically states I know what it is. Would I know then that this is an ancient affliction?
You know it is very old, but you do not know what kind of affliction this is. You know it's from the sensing of it. It is very old.
So, like, the name of it comes through my head, but the
No, you get
name
no
is
name?
something that's not understandable, could be lost to the ages.
I'd say from what you get from how the spell works, is you sense it. You get a part of a name you hear.
Do you want me to read out the spell?
Yes.
Detect poison and disease. For the duration, you can sense presence and location of poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poisons, poisonous creatures, or disease in each case.
Okay. With the wording of it, you don't get a name,
Okay.
but you do get a sense that this is old, as if it's not natural, and something made this. It made something else into a type of poison, but you're not sure of how.
Okay. Would I know that this is more of a curse, but also a disease then?
You understand it's more from how it's reacting. It looks more of a disease or a poison. It's not acting like a curse. So it definitely appears to be kind of like a poison.
Okay.
And even with your roll of 30, you actually see it's even affecting his clothes, actually.
All the clothes.
The closer the wound was, or closest, it seems to be slowed down, but you see it's actually kind of going into the fabric or leather that he's wearing.
Even though they're magical?
Even though
Out of game?
it's slowly, you can notice it's kind of very slowly. The magic's going
Okay.
in slowly.
Then in game.
Almost as if this infliction has a mind of its own.
As this being Mizium armor, which is known to be crafted by the humans, and pushed out to the public, usually in large civilizations, would I know of this?
The armor?
Yes.
You do know it was magical, and you've heard of you have to do a roll. You do
Okay.
know it's a high quality armor. Are you gonna just remove the armor?
I want to, like, if it's a magical armor, I want to know to what extent, because that means I can gauge how powerful this magical poison is.
All right. Are you just gonna observe it more?
I want to roll history at least.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll guidance with it. to. Actually, should I roll Arcana instead?
You can work on it.
Okay. That is a 8.
8 on the knowledge for the armor.
Arcana, yeah.
Okay. And you're trying to think of what kind of armor it is. You do know this armor is some of the best armor you can get. You know it's the high price stuff, but you're not an armorer, and your lack of experience with armor doesn't tell you too much. You do know that whatever is able to inflict a body and armor, it's definitely got to be very potent.
Okay. Out of game. So diseases are not magical. Curses are. So is this transcribed? Is this like categorized as a
It's
curse?
not a curse.
There may be magical diseases according to this.
There are magical diseases.
Yeah, okay. Okay, back in game. I go out of the curtain and I look at the group.
You do see familiar forms of, or not say familiar, see the forms of the rest of the group minus Sora.
I give them all of them a nod, close the curtain behind me, and head towards my greenhouse. And take a key out and unlock the door, and go into the greenhouse. And the greenhouse, from the clinic inside to the greenhouse, which is attached to the stone cobble house, is glass, so they'd be able to see me
They can
inside.
see you moving, kind of.
And I'll make a kind of a remedy and whatnot.
I'll just say because you rolled super high, you know what you would need, and you make a very potent and powerful poultice to put on there. Kind of an antidote.
Okay. I come back out of this greenhouse, and everyone would smell this potent stench from this bowl that I have, which is a salve.
Everyone there, you get kind of a rich, kind of earthen smell. Those who are more familiar with basically vegetables or plants, you just get a great waft of this.
Can I roll to identify what that might be?
You can.
Probably be nature.
Nature?
Nature.
Ooh, I hope I roll good. 12.
It's hard to pinpoint it, but you're getting a lot of a mixed smells of some of the most powerful herbs that are meant for healing and fighting affliction.
Nothing I can pick out for sure. It's just too blended.
Some of the ones are not too much. It's really blended. Just the power of the smell just hits you.
Okay.
But you can get the familiar scent. So you do know whatever he's making, it's very strong.
And I go through the curtain again and close it behind me. And I get down to business.
All right. You
Start
had
applying it,
to
and
remove all the armor and
I don't know if there's any other wounds underneath his armor that I can't see.
Okay.
So I'm gonna immobilize him and take off the chest plate and move that aside.
okay. You do remove it. You do see, as you move it, you do see the extent of the wound. You see it's actually much larger. As you kind of go until you do see you stabbed clean through. You see this is definitely a quite hardy dwarf.
Okay. Then I start applying the salve, and I go out, and after patching up his front, I come back to the curtain, open it up, I look around, and I look at Offie, and I say, I require your strength.
All right.
Please follow me.
I follow.
And I go back and lead you to Okri and say, I require you to flip this one over.
All right.
Just move the heavy kind of dwarf, but it's still manageable. You pull him over and you do see the gaping wound on the other side. The exit wound.
That is all. You may leave.
All right. Thank you.
You head on. Do you just close the curtain behind you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I apply the salve there and stitch that up too.
Okay.
After dressing the wound and all that.
You do see with the herbs and with your healing, more color returns to Okri. It's not as pale. But you still see from around the wound where this black affliction is. You see it's still quite palish around there. You'd almost say it looks like the tissue is dying. but it's probably not the right word. As you're looking at it, it looks like this infliction is just spreading and kind of taking over. You see with the herbs, though, it does stem it and kind of shrinks back down towards the wounds.
Okay. After that, I guess I'm gonna wake Okri up.
And you go and kind of slap on his cheek. You just see a kind of groggily looks up at you.
And I go and put a finger over my mouth and gently say, rest. And I start speaking through his mind with message.
Alright.
And I'm going to make a deal with him. And after that, I plan on going out of the curtain and talking to the group.
Okay.
So, keeping quiet from that. After that's done, I go to the curtain, come out, close it behind me.
So have you returned, or did you stay out there just walking out, staring off into the woods?
If someone comes find me, they'll know.
So the
But
other
I'm out in the
thing
woods.
is while casting message, I have my back away or facing the curtain.
Okay.
So after I come out, I close the curtain behind me.
So Nahiri, Saoirse, Offie, Balsa, and Bell, you're kind of just been waiting there. It's been a good, almost I'd say an hour. As it just, they've been working on Okri, and a good hour, maybe more, they come out and you see the stern look of Algeron. Sorry, you say Okri, but Algeron, so new character.
And he has a stern yet grim look on his face.
Aren't you facing away from us, though?
No, that was
He came
while
out.
he was inside.
Oh.
He's now out of the curtain,
Okay.
and he's closed the curtain behind him. It looks like he's about to address the group, but he hesitates.
So I guess he balsa pipes up and just says, "Will he live?"
That is a discussion we should have, but I must ask, where is your missing one?
He left.
Where to?
So are you doing what I'm thinking you're doing in the woods?
I'm not using the axe, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
There was the one thing. As soon as he stormed out, I wanted Nahiri to message him to see if he needed to be alone.
What would you message? What
Huh?
would you have messaged?
She would have just been, do you need to be alone right now?
You just don't hear a reply back.
Okay. At that point, probably after a few minutes, she'd probably go after him. So she will not be in the room.
Okay.
So you do know there's two missing.
Isn't there a... Oh. Right. Well, you are free to do what you want, but I wish to address you as a group.
Hold on. And then he also uses sending to contact the other two and tell them that the healer wants to speak with all of us.
Doing sending, or you're doing the sending?
She's using the sending stone.
Okay.
You'd also notice in his hand is Okri's bag of holding.
Does she find me first?
And he's not hiding.
Nahiri would have found you first.
Okay, so if Nahiri would have found me, you notice that a little bit far away, because I'm not really stealthing my thing. You just see Sora just start punching a tree,
Okay.
and you just see,
So she would hear kind of thump, thump, thump in the distance.
but you see like his face is all bloody, with looks like he's also used his head a bit, and his fists are all kind of blood red. Like,
You see some of the scales are ripped. The hardy scales on his golden form are ripped and being large gash on his hands, and you see some trickle of blood coming down his head.
Does it look like really bad?
he just looks like he's angry and just I guess if when he notices you. Oh boy.
You see she has like a stone face, like she's not showing any emotion.
He looks like he calms down and kind of looks sad. He walks over to you and gives you a hug.
Oh. She would hug him back.
Huge frame up and just goes and gives you a hug. She engulfs your entire form.
And I say, Sora says, It should have been me. I should have taken the hit.
She's quiet for like a moment or two, and you can kind of feel like shake her head. We weren't expecting that. No one should have taken that hit.
I really hope he's okay. He has so much to live for.
I hope he's okay too.
And I guess
She'll just she'll hold him and kind of just do like soothing sword circles on the back or neck, wherever.
His lower back.
Lower back.
Quite tall.
Yeah.
he then takes a little bit of the water skin and just washes his face up a little bit, so no one really knows what's going on.
Yeah, she'll help him.
As you're washing up, you both hear the sending stone. What was it you sent?
The healer wants to speak with all of us.
I message back, I'm on my way.
Yeah, Harry will message back to you. We're coming.
You also would relay that to Algeron.
And Algrion would say, right, well, what I am about to say is unpleasant. He looks back to the room where Okri is and looks back to the group who's present and says, we should let Okri rest in silence so that nothing disturbs their sleep.
Outside?
I do have a place appropriate, should you all wish to follow.
Lead the way.
And with that, he opens the back door of the clinic and heads out and follows a cobblestone path into the forest.
Who should
Yes,
sleep?
yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, before we go, I take one last cursory glance around the room before leaving.
Okay, you do see the altar where you can do a prayer.
Nothing else?
One other thing is you would have noticed coming into
right
this, along the walls
Oh.
next to the archway, in Druidic, is safe haven.
Druidic, you'd see it's strange to see someone who, besides a druid, in such natural places, but to be on a actual cottage.
I make a note of that and I follow him outside.
You gonna lead him off to the woods?
So I say before we start leaving, should one of us stay behind to lead the other two?
We saw the call path, if you tell us where it
As
is.
you make your way out there, you do see the other two kind of coming actually towards you from the woods.
You two, I wish you for you to join us.
Yes, doctor.
Please, I am no doctor. I am just a stranger in the woods to you all. Here to help. There's a place I'd like to think up ahead. And as he brings you along this cobblestone path, one by one you start to see gravestone markers start to appear more and more. And around this stone pavilion that has a creek running through the middle of it, in the middle of the pavilion, pavilion is a bust of hands tied what looks to be with red cordage.
Roll history.
Are the gravestones in any what language are they in?
They're in common. The other thing, though, is you would notice that on the gravestones there are religious symbols of differences. Some, mostly Bahamut,
Okay.
denoting the region's religion. But some are dwarvish, some elvish.
Can I DM, can I roll history to see if I know any of these names by chance?
You can.
I got a 19 on that bust.
All guidance.
I also rolled a 19 on that.
What else do I on it?
26.
23.
You don't know any of these names.
Okay, just wondering.
You just understand they might be people you maybe try to heal or close loved ones who might have died.
Okay.
For the 19, so Balsa and Saoirse, you're rolling for to see the bust he has.
The bind.
Trying to
the
figure
red-
out what it belongs
The
to.
red cords, you notice this is of the god Ilmater. The bleeding god, and the god with the red cord. You remember that? You do remember that was one of the riddles back in Tina's cave.
I rolled as well.
What'd you roll?
26.
Do you want me to?
No, let me pull it up. So 26. Right.
Is this on that god? Or 26 on what?
Same thing they were
For the
looking at.
bust. Okay,
Oh, okay.
I got it. So, for Ilmater, you know this is a deity to Faerun. Ilmater is often called the crying god, the broken god, Lord on the rack. You do know of the pair of white hands. They show these hands, and they're often as the symbol of them, but when they're bound in red cord. Anyone who worships this god is seen as a kind of a pinnacle of goodness and of healing. Even other more evil deities, people who worship other deities, will give them a chance because they know they will or do their job and they will heal individuals.
Okay.
Right. So you lead them to the pavilion, and you're before this bust.
And he would also, as he's walking, look at some of the graves and look in sadness. And when he reaches to the bust and gets around it and allows you all underneath the
Pavilion.
Pavilion. Thank you. English is such a wonderful.
Would you have placed places to sit there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like rails around it in one area that you can enter through.
Okay. You find there's some rails, so you can actually tall enough you actually can kind of sit up on them. Everyone else kind of leans on them.
And he faces away, looking back into the depths of the forest in the underbush, and takes a deep breath and says over his shoulder, I have asked if Okri wishes to be buried here or buried back in their mountain.
He's not gonna make it.
He is strong, but it depends on his will. 2 months, because of his strength I give him. There is little more I can do.
Do you know what's afflicting him? If he dies from it, would I be able to raise him back?
I do not believe so. The affliction that is blighting him is of strong magic. Magic I have not seen. I have heard tales of, but this is magic of yore.
Would it help you to know how he got injured?
And he turns around to look at all of you and says, It would. But that would also mean breaking my own principle. I have made a deal with Okri. Usually I set legs or stitch people up. Wherever they go after that is up to them, whether it be retiring or back to war. But what Okri needs is something of greater power. Out of game. Would I know it would have to be that ingredient?
You do know there is plants on a certain blessed area.
Okay. That's all I need to know. To take control of the situation, I must have a medium. For no current magic can take care of it. I must have a blessed medium. Whatever this poison is, it's not natural. It might not even be from this plane.
We heard tales that of the lake that there is a...
The lake.
Yeah.
Or anyone else hurt? Did you bring them here?
We saved as many as we could, but there was just no... Everyone ran before we could save everyone.
I really think you should know what was in the lake.
I do help those villages around the lake as well. I would appreciate if you tell me.
Okay. Ebals is going to go into that Gonrick or whatever it was, and and how when it hit people, it would, I guess, infect them or whatever, which is probably what happened to Okri.
Can you explain how you hear about a dark giant that came out of the water, and one of their arms seemed to just can twist and turn and became a blade. And when it stabbed through Okri, kind of this blackness that's afflicting him came out from this weapon.
Really important though, she also explains that it did something similar to the villagers, which turned them into abominations, which could also form their limbs into weapons or something.
Sure. Yeah. Did you go tell him? She does tell you of these
looks frightened.
villagers come out of the water.
And horrified as you begin to explain monstrosities such as that.
We heard also a tale that there is a whatever those creatures might be coming from is from the plane of water.
Plane of water?
There may be a portal open underneath the lake.
Because we've heard that Tritons used to guard that place.
You gonna pipe in off it?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
Just because I'm still trying to collect the thoughts that Okri might die.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what the legend said. Isn't that what you told us, Afi?
There possibly might be something even worse than Gonrick under the water. Something more powerful and more evil. And
Do
not
tell.
from this plane. That is all I can get from the information that I received.
Wait, what'd you call that thing?
Gonrick. Gonrick was the
You can roll.
Gonrick was the creature we fought.
He
Would that
did.
be
He did
history?
yell his own name out in common.
Yes.
No, he yelled it out in
Primordial.
He was
Primordial.
like, "Run, dwarf, or
Yeah,
face
he did-
Gonrick,"
he did,
and that was in
Oh.
common.
Oh,
He
that's
did
right.
that comment.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was only Primordial.
end.
Okay.
No.
Oh, well, can I still roll
You can
for
roll.
Gonrick?
Yeah.
Would that be history or
What are you trying to find out about him?
and say if he's something else? Legends.
Forbidden knowledge that Nahiri might have come across.
You can roll. Looks like you roll. If you try to find out what it is, you can roll nature.
Nature.
I guess if he's primordial.
22.
22.
I would
you
say
try-
that's more Arcana, actually.
You're trying to find out if you've seen something like it.
If I heard the name, if I any legends,
That would be history, then.
rumors.
History.
Yeah, 'cause nature, you check measures your ability to recall lore about terrain, plants, and
Alright, I
animals.
say if you want to roll history, because makes that if are you trying to find out what he is, or if you've heard something about him.
Heard something about him.
That'd be
You can roll
history.
history then.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd
so
be
that would be a
history.
27.
27. You have never heard that name before in your life.
Okay, so there's no
You-
lore, legends.
There's no
anything
legend. You
connected.
do know its huge size. You've heard of some ugly giants before. You've heard of ugly giants before, but you're just thinking of the ones that you ran into coming out of the water. You're kind of going through the different giants in your head. None makes sense. Kind of going through the huge tusks this one had, the armored skin.
Okay.
Kind of going through. There's got to be something more than what you're trying to think of, or just what you've read.
Okay. Could I also roll to find out if I know of like what he is, if he's not a giant?
You want to? You want to roll nature? I'll let you keep your nature roll.
Nature roll. Okay, yeah, if you want to.
It's hard looking at it. You do realize that face was how it was. What you saw was horribly kind of disfigured, and there was kind of the armor grafted into it. The strange thing is, it looked kind of like an Etten.
Like a what?
An Etten.
Etten?
Yeah. An Etten is a
For my sake, I don't know what
an
an
Etten is a large giant kind of giant creature. They're seen as the very lowest rung of the giants. They're known to have two heads, and they have large tusks, and one of the heads is always awake.
Okay.
Oddly enough, you see this one was a very ugly giant. The head looked like an end, but it only had one head.
Okay. I don't say anything. I'll keep it to myself.
What was
It's all
the-
theory. She's not
What was the
100%
rest
sure.
of the information I had again about the great evil?
You do know it's very old, and it is it's said to come from the plane of water.
Okay, yeah, I just relay that again.
There might be people I can contact, at least to start, to give aid to the villagers. Give word to evacuate around the lake.
We do have a problem, though, is that we don't know which villagers have it, and they're infected or not.
Is it not quite visible?
They look exactly human.
Okay, so question.
That's what Nico tells.
Well, yeah. I mean, the villagers did look like they were human, but they also had some weird additions to them. Now, I guess my question was Nico implying that during the day they looked normal?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much during the day you can't tell.
Okay. All right.
As
Yeah.
Nico told you, he avoided the villages a lot.
As they said, as we have one of the villagers up in our airship, he stated that during the day they look normal, but during night they turn into these abomination type creatures. Their heads would split open, like. Was it like plant based? Like what did it look?
You describe it seems to be the flesh melded and kind of just transformed.
Okay, then I say that then.
And they're all different. None was similar.
Yeah. And that's not, and also at night their attitudes would change.
Where is this person you speak of now?
He's back up in the airship. Belrothian can bring it to us.
If you wouldn't mind bringing the boy, and you notice that he's pausing as soon as he hears that name. The boy, I would appreciate it.
Yes, I can do that right now.
Ebelsa's going to use message to let Nico know that there's someone that wants to meet him. He's got some questions.
You wouldn't be able to with that range.
Oh,
Has to be sending.
are we that far in the forest?
Oh
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be.
The airship go
All right, yeah, never
all
mind
the way
then.
up.
Well, the airship's close to the ground, but it's
I guess sending or something.
It's
How things are currently going, I can stave off the affliction of Okri, maybe 2-3 days. If you need to rest. For I have mentioned I've made a deal with Okri. I'm prepared to do this myself, but since you are his comrades, it's only right to tell you.
What is this deal he made?
That he will give me a donation. You see, for I do travel around and make potions and antitoxins and medicines for the young, elderly, and the people around the villages. But it does not come free. But he will give me help towards that. And he also brings up his Okri's bag of holding. And you notice he is carrying it with the utmost respect and care. The ingredient I am after might be fragile or unstable. I do not know. But I require his bag. And it's going to be perilous. If you wish to join me to help Okri, I'm sure he would appreciate that. And if not, I would. But that is what I ask.
so if we get this ingredient, there's a chance that he will survive.
Yes.
I look over at Ebulsa. I say, we gotta do it.
You can't quite tell what expression is on her face, but she does nod at you.
And he
You
looks,
squinting and changing your expressions all the time.
It's just rapidly morphing.
Okay.
And I look over to Belle and I say, "Please, can we save him?"
I don't know why you're asking me. He was one of our comrades. I don't see why we should leave him here to perish.
I guess I look over to. Sorry, what's your character's name again?
Algeron.
Algron?
Algeron.
Algeron. And I say, "We'll do this. Let's save our comrade."
Very well. I can have us rest here for a while. And after that, we shall head off. And he's starting to count. You all do have a slight problem, though. I could sleep in, I guess, one of the chairs. I might not have enough beds to accommodate you all.
I have a bedroll. It's fine.
We can double up. It's fine.
Whoever wishes to, I have a master bedroom. I told them it was too big, but they insisted to get. I'm rambling. You may use it if you wish. I'll attend the stove and make some tea for everyone.
That sounds nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I do have a guest room as well. Only one bed. There was a spare bed in the clinic if someone wishes to stay with Okri. I shall be tending to him during the night as well, though.
Whoa. Is Okri, will he be conscious or will he just be mostly resting? Is he...
He's come to... He's awake, but in and out, at best. You might be able to have a small conversation with him. But it's best to let him rest if you intend to talk for a while, at least.
All right. Will do.
Well, with the bad news out of the way, it is noon, and I haven't had lunch. Perhaps any of you would like to have lunch with me?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Follow me. And he brings you back to the stone cottage.
You all follow down the path, and guessing you bring him to the. Go over to like kind of their table, the dinner table area to have lunch. The main living room.
Kind of, yeah. So he lets you in through the clinic to the back, and you see a long hallway. And would I be able to see that?
I mean, I can describe it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Brings you to a back room. It looks to be like kind of a back door that was in the clinic. Just go through a long hallway, and you coming up to. You see a table with 6 chairs around it. Over to the left looks like a basin. Kind of very nice and carved.
It's also like think of a Turkish stove.
Yeah. Okay. So basin,
Yeah.
Turkish stove.
Yeah.
You do see that. Look like there's a large hearth kind of fireplace, and look like there's a couple more chairs, definitely more comfier and whatnot, placed nearby.
Around the windows, you would see bookcases filled with books and a reading nook.
As you see the books, you do see Saoirse just stares in here
Yeah.
at the side of the books.
You can see she's not paying attention. She's if there's a window, she's looking out the window. She's
No,
just
there's,
stone
like-
face.
There's so many books around the window, I mean.
Window. She's looking out the window. She's not paying
It's
attention.
not, like, it's
Okay.
not
Interesting.
She looks stone faced and like she's not. It looks like her mind's somewhere else.
Same with Sar.
He says, the guest rooms are... room. Guest rooms, no. Oh, here's my room. It's appropriate to call it that. Are upstairs. I do ask you to stay out of the attic, as well as that room over there. That is my study. But the rest you are welcome to, besides the basement.
When you said the study, you see he pointed to a door. It's kind of to the right of the large room you're in. Kind of a single door. It's next to the stairs.
With that, he sits down, and he calls, kind of whistles, and through one of the windows, a jackdaw flutters and skitters out onto the table. And he speaks in a language that sounds heavenly to the ear. You guys, does anyone here speak Celestial?
No.
You speak social?
Okay. And the jackdaw flies over to the bookcase and grabs a book and places it in front of him. And with that, he brings out a bell and rings it. And you see next to the stove, it lights up, and cutlery and other things start to be, one by one, put out onto it. And it's almost similar to, you guys can roll Arcana, I guess, if...
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, if he's not hiding it, yeah.
Oh, that was a net 20 for me.
Oh, jeez.
Would anyone of these guys know what the spell is?
Using animate objects.
Got 19.
12.
How are you using?
Unseen Servant.
Oh, okay. So you're describing it as Did you cast a spell? Oh, okay, with the bell. So just right.
7.
So this magical-looking bell. What do we roll for Arcana?
12.
7.
Net 20.
You have seen one of these bells. Do you understand these bells can actually call upon you understand a spell, Unseen Servant. Somebody rings it, you start seeing the silver being pulled out.
19.
19? You've heard the same thing. You've seen one of these magic items. Offie, you were mystified as this pulls this little bell out. It does look magical, and you just see it as it moves it.
So Offie's stone faced right now, but you can kind of see smirks of like excitement.
So I see 2 bells.
And so seriously, you rolled a what?
12.
You understand this. Something is happening, and it headed to this bell. You don't know what was cast. You do know it might have been a spell to allow the movement of said cutlery and plates. You don't see any of the familiar dark forms like in Bell's house of Amoklus, but you don't see anything at all.
I
You
sit
get a
there
sense that something is moving.
I sit there with a puzzled look, trying to make sense of what's happening.
And he looks at you and says, "No need to worry. They're here to help."
Who's they?
Well, this bell was a gift. It mimics a spell called Unseen Servant. Have you heard of that?
This is the first I've heard of that spell.
Anyone?
I have.
Mary puts her hand up.
Then you two can attest for my sake that it is completely safe.
You also nods.
Okay. No, I wasn't threatened. I wasn't scared or anything. I was just curious. Because I've never seen this before.
Right. Either way, they will be doing the cooking, and you may relax should you wish.
How long does Unseen Servant last?
1 hour.
So out of character, Algeron told us his name.
No, I didn't know.
So Evalsa is gonna pipe up and says, I appreciate everything. Is there anything we can call you? I don't believe we've gotten your name.
The folks around here called me Algeron the Botanist.
Algeron. Okay, I'm Evalsa.
Pleasure.
My name is Sora Killadrick.
My name's Saoirse.
Seems that we will be traveling together. I guess being acquainted is in order. You've heard of me?
We've heard it from Offie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Offie. And how have you heard of me?
Around the villages, they said someone would come from the forest to help out in their time of needs.
Right. Well, I suppose I am a healer. That is what I believe my sole purpose in life is. There is not much more to me, and he's going to roll deception.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
on top of that, everyone since he's been hang on. So everyone since he's been talking for a couple minutes, using his diplomat feat.
We're charmed.
Nope, not naturally.
Wait.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be OP.
Yeah.
It is his persuasion
Oh, versus insight.
contested
Yeah.
by you guys' insight.
Roll roll.
This one we always have to roll.
And he's using guidance.
I will also use guidance
I'm
on
gonna-
myself.
He's lucky.
Triple guidance here
Oh,
on
I
the
have such
end of the
bad
table.
insight.
Ooh.
That's
Pretty
2.
fucking good.
Oh, lucky.
26.
Alright, first, Cole, what'd you roll for your perception?
Wait, I think it's
It's
more.
persuasion. I mean,
Persuasion, what'd you roll for your persuasion?
Wait, I think it's more.
29.
29.
Wait, hold on.
What'd you roll, Offie?
17.
15. Alright, you didn't make it.
Wait, hold on.
Susha, what'd you roll?
Below the mark.
Holy shit, I got 29.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
So your first, before we go there. What'd
I
you roll?
rolled a 10.
Alright. Bell?
Total of 20.
Okay. What'd you roll, Bosa?
For insight, 13, and then for the resistance, not enough.
Oh, wait,
Alright.
resistance?
No, okay, no.
Wait,
so the
what?
first
No.
insight is the feat. Okay, that's how that works.
Okay.
And then I'm rolling for deception.
Oh.
That's how that works.
Okay, so you're rolling that. They all don't meet the mark except Sora. You
So
feel
you're not charmed.
you feel there is more. So wait, is this the diplomat? And then you rolled for your persuasion, right?
Not yet. I have to. Okay, I'll explain diplomat.
So what was your roll for diplomat?
It was 29.
Okay, so I got diplomat.
So you master the arts of diplomacy, gaining the following benefit: increase your charisma by
You can skip
one.
that part.
Okay, so if you spend 1 minute talking to someone who can understand what you say, you can make a charisma persuasion check contested by the creature's wisdom insight check. If you or your companions are fighting the creature, your check automatically fails. If your check succeeds, the target is charmed by you as long as it remains within 60 feet of you and for 1 minute thereafter.
Okay.
Is that indefinite?
Unless you
No.
leave.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
unless you
but I
leave.
mean, if you don't, is that technically indefinite?
Technically, I guess.
Yes.
You
as long
pretty
as
much have no reason to doubt this person.
Well, yeah.
Especially since he went and healed
I'm
Oakley.
curious though. Does counter charm counter that?
So
I
Sora,
mean,
you
like, not as a reaction.
everyone
As
else
a
as you see, you kind of accept this as all right. This is his way in life. Sora, staring at him, you understand. You believe there's more to this individual.
Now I gotta roll
That's what I'm
deception.
saying.
Wow.
But I have advantage for deceiving you guys,
Good.
but not for you.
Everyone else
It's a
has
regular
advantage.
No. So, against the target I am deceiving, I have advantage on social checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sora's
I
not
have a
charmed.
normal.
Yeah, he's not trying.
I am normal.
So, I get to
You're right.
roll
You want deception now?
You're rolling 6 different.
Fuck.
Or sorry,
deception, yeah, right now. And I'm
5
using
different-
guidance.
What are
Oh,
you
boy.
saying to him now to deceive him?
He already said it.
He already
He's
said
a
it.
normal
Yeah.
ass
All right, it's
dude.
29. All right.
Yes. 3,
I'm kind of surprised I got this.
20. Okay. So it's a 23 with advantage for those around me. And the regular roll.
I can't believe I got this high.
I know.
Is actually higher. Wow. Is 27.
30.
Okay, so you know I'm deceiving, and
So,
I'm not all.
You rolled 27. Do anyone else roll insight again?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't beat that even with a nat 20.
I don't think I could.
All right.
That one's
I'm gonna roll
yeah.
guidance.
20.
For
All
30?
right.
Yeah.
That's 4.
That's pretty good.
You
Yeah,
rolled
no
And
way.
then I have to do insight.
Fuck. What's your insight?
19. So that's 29.
Shit, you know.
So, Sora and Afi, as he says these words, is that's all I am. You know he's lying. There's a lot more to this person.
You
than-
think I'm being possibly humble?
Yeah, so you would know that you think he's being humble about himself. Sora, you know there's a lot more about this person than they're saying, and they just lied to you. He's not. giving
I'm
you-
not like.
through omission. He's omitting something.
I know for the fact that he's been keeping secret. I'm not gonna say how I sort of perceives it. I know he's not telling the full truth. I'm not saying he's a liar, but he just said, "Oh, I'm just all that."
But
Afi,
it's not
you
a
understand?
truth.
He's
Yeah.
humble, but he's not giving a whole lot about himself. That he just something he's hiding. You get it.
Sora just gives him an eye and this just like, eh.
Don't be so humble about yourself.
I appreciate that. But it is what I believe part of the doctrine of the Ilmatari Our problems are not our problems. Everyone's problems. is
You're
our
all,
problem.
as you're all talking at the table. Kind of, did you see the plates are being brought in? And what would you be serving to the guests?
Probably cooked deer with mixed vegetables, wild radishes, and other things that I've foraged.
Okay. You go to see plates, kind of, there's plates and kind of little bowls, kind of the shallow bowls, and look like we getting kind of a stew and some meat brought to you. And there's the kind of cups of tea being brought to you.
Nahiri wants to message Belle as this is happening and just essentially say, I need to get some air. Is it alright if I step out for a few?
I was gonna say before, like, we actually sit down to eat, if Belle could leave to go get Nico.
Okay, yeah, you can leave to go and you go.
So I pipe up, and because I have a feat that sees whenever you use your lips,
Oh, you
language I can
motherfucker.
see, he speaks up and says, "You don't have to be secretive. If you wish to excuse yourself, you're welcome to."
She kind of looks at you. She's like stone faced, but something just, I don't know how to describe it.
Out of game. Remember, you trust him.
Yeah.
She's a suspicious person.
You do.
You do
So,
have paranoia as a flaw.
Yeah, paranoia. She's paranoid.
Yeah.
But you could just see, like,
You were just called out by when you're messaging Belle.
yeah.
And he's having a very quaint and polite smile with a slightly tilted head at you.
Totally forgot you had that.
Yeah, so Belle was over by the door as the rest of the kind of food getting served, and Belle, you would have just pretty much told, go right ahead, and kind of left out through the familiar hallway and outside.
Yeah, he just went and announced he's gonna go. And then he would message Nahiri back and say, you're free to go wherever. I'm not
Okay.
And
So she's going to ignore.
before that, so do be careful. I do have some friends that stop by in the woods sometimes. They know me.
I
They-
won't be going in the woods. It won't be a problem.
That's good.
She's gonna turn to Ebalsa and like, I'm gonna go for a quick flight. And she says it very quietly. And she's just gonna turn around and walk
Oh,
out.
okay. You also would say, did you want some company as you were leaving? Or
She would just shake her head.
okay.
Yeah, she's gonna go walk out.
Belle, so you're heading off to your airship.
Mhm.
What are you doing to get Nico's attention? Or are you just going to walk on their ship?
Yeah, it's my ship!
All right, you walk.
Fuck it, it's my
I
ship!
think remember we said you've left it.
Because
Yeah,
she
you
just
did
said she
leave it on
wants
the
to be alone.
ground level. I think you
Yeah.
said, yeah. You walk onto it.
He'd
And
announce his presence, though, like,
Alright.
Nico, are you here?
you hear some scuffling. It looks like they're kind of putting stuff away. And you see,
let's go
you
bowling.
go and you walk in. You see there's one of the boxes. Looks like something to turn up inside. And Nico's just kind of leaning against one of the walls. On the other
In
side,
that kind of box.
looks just like random supplies, like a rope and straw supplies. Looks like they're just messing with him. Nico's kind of on the other side of the room, looking out the window. Kind of.
I guess there isn't a lot to do on the ship. I'm sorry if you've been bored.
No, not bored. I haven't touched anything.
I have no problem with you touching anything in here.
You roll deception. You don't have to. What's your? You roll deception. You can roll insight to her.
He doesn't care. He
Okay.
literally, like,
Like, you
he's
can do
a
whatever the hell
kid.
you want.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Are we going back? Or
We found a healer here, and he's invited us to rest. And he has made food. If you would like to join us, and he would like to ask you some questions about the villages.
Notice his face kind of slants his eyes when you say questions. He's kind of looking, kind of questioning at it.
He's well intentioned.
How's Oakley?
He's not great, but it's not impossible for him to recover.
Is anyway, does Oakley have family?
He might, but and then Belle leans in a little closer. Can you keep a promise? Can you keep a secret?
Maybe.
Belle gives him a really hard look.
Fine. He looks down and kick at the ground a little bit.
He had brothers. But they died.
Does he have kids?
Belle looks awkward as fuck at that question.
My question
Because he's thinking
did you
back
tell
to
me that
the
in
brew
Dwarvish,
house.
or did you tell me that in Common?
Um,
So, just a heads up, he said that in Dwarvish about his brothers.
no. O'Cray had a completely different conversation with Belle.
Oh, did it? Okay, never mind. I totally...
You're good. You're
sorry.
good.
You good? He looks. No, I don't think so.
So, if he dies, would it be too late to be on his will?
This
kid. Yeah.
Out of game as Okra, I respect that.
Belle looks thoughtful for a moment, and he says, I think there's already been a deal made with his belongings.
Oh, was it the big dragon?
No, actually, it's the man who was helping him.
Huh.
Would you like some free food? Do you like tea?
Okay. Why would I want tea?
I don't know if you like tea or not, Nico.
Does he have ale?
How old are you?
I know, I'm just
12.
I guess we can ask him.
Out of character, how tall is he?
He's shorter than you.
Oh, I meant like, is he taller than a bar shelf? That's all I'm asking.
He's about 4 foot.
Is he taller than a bar shelf?
Probably as tall as a bar show.
About as tall.
Okay,
So,
that's all I need to know.
fine. Do I need anything to see him?
Yeah.
Is he rich?
I don't think so.
He owns his own land.
I only have just met him today.
Fine. Kind of walks begrudgingly, kind of grabs one of his packs.
I mean, you could ask him.
Because his eyes, he's looking like he's thinking. All right. He kind of, let's go. He kind of jumps off the ship and kind of starts running off towards the direction.
Out of character, I'm
we'll
so
follow.
glad Sora's not there. But with that, Sora's gonna bring his attention to Alfie.
So, and you're heading, or you're just gonna run with him? Or are you going to,
You walk pretty
are you
quickly.
going to show off this child?
Well, does it look like he's in a playful mood? Belle's not here to
He's-
perform just to perform.
He's willing to go with you. He's trying his best to run. You keep up with him easily. You're just kind of light on your feet. He's just like kind of staring at you, kind of doing his best to try to beat you to the house.
You gonna use your sonic spell?
You need to pop fly on him.
I was gonna see if I could make him go faster, but I don't have anything to make him go faster.
You could cast slow on yourself.
No, that's not how that works. Don't look at my spells.
You could hug him and then hold on to your blade and off you go.
Yeah, just take off flying.
Oh boy.
No. I'll let him win.
Okay. You make it there. He's like, I beat you!
Good job.
Belle nod.
You let You let me win, didn't you?
Was I not supposed to?
God, where's the entrance? Alright. I guess we can hear you while you're flying away. You're just trying to catch your, You're just clearing your head flying?
Yeah, just
Okay.
flying up, doing circles, maybe loop loops.
Alright.
But
So,
she's high up there.
Okay, pretty high up there. You do see the familiar forms of just the running Nico, and you see kind of
So,
the
Belle.
Belle kind of slows down to let Nico win to get to the house.
I'm gonna message Belle when I see that and be like, I saw that.
He's not gonna say anything.
Alright. Sora, what are you saying to Afi?
Alright, I guess while we're eating, I go over to Alfie. I'm sorry if my behavior. Yeah. Oh, are you just eating?
I'm eating.
I was like, sorry if my behavior seemed weird. I was just worried about Master Okri.
Master?
That's what is the title he wants to be called.
Anything in my head? Of course. Of course Okri would say that.
Is there a title that you wish to be addressed, Offie?
Offie is fine.
All right.
Did you see just offer you talking with your mouth full too?
Yeah.
Not caring.
Yeah.
It's offer's fine. Just like some of the draw is coming
Okay. I
down.
just
It's not drool. I mean,
The dribbling of the stew.
some food, yeah.
I saw that you cast a very powerful spell on that creature. Is it from?
So I'm like side-eyeing him a little bit.
He's just trying to make small talk.
If Sora's not facing like in the general direction of Ibalsa, like if he can't see her out of the corner of her eye, she's gonna like motion to Offie, like, yeah, come on, talk to him.
So I'm side-eyeing towards...
You're looking.
Ibalsa.
As you're kind of eating there, I gotta stop mid-bite. You're kind of looking between both of them to see if Balsa like wanting you to share.
Yes, that is a powerful spell that Estitia has given to me.
Can I roll religion on Estitia?
Sure.
All right. Yes. Ooh. All right. 18.
You know, it's one of the water gods of the water plains. You've heard some clerics who would follow Estitia. And it's being more of one of the neutral line god.
Okay. I go. I've heard a little bit about Estitia. So,
Have you?
well, I just heard that it's a neutral god of water. I'm from the planet water.
More than that, but okay.
Does he look like there's any hostility?
You see, there's no hostility, but you see Offie kind of just eating. It's just like, I don't care. Is that how would you
Pretty
feel?
much.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. Just like I'm kind of acknowledging his presence in front of me, but I'm also like
Just inside.
just like
Yeah, this is all
So,
eating.
The healer, Algaron, would speak up and say, what is a cleric of the waters doing all the way out here?
Estitia has called to me to check the land, to check the lake. Originally, I was with this group, minus, and I kind of look him up and down.
Up and down.
I'm just wondering if you like
Big
it's
one.
hostility.
I just don't trust you.
I'm just rolling. I'm just gonna roll inside, just
You
because.
replaced her. How dare you?
I just don't know. I'm just like this. I'm just gonna roll inside. Just like, oh, is there anything a problem between us?
Do we have a cleric at home? Cleric at home.
Roll for insight.
I rolled a nat 1.
You, alright, with your insight, you believe Offie's sizing you up for a fight.
I go. I'm sorry if I offended you in some way. If you wanted to.
No, everything is fine. The search is
No, I'm not smirking. This is out of game. Leave me alone.
I go.
I'm so sad I'm away for this.
You do
I-
get a worried look from Ibalsa, though.
I'm just gonna use the sending stone and look over to Balsa and I say, "Does she really want to fight me? Is that
You get, what? No.
that's right?"
I think she's just kind of unimpressed with you right now.
Algaron speaks up and says, I do not condone fighting in this cottage. I would respect that if you took it
Oh,
outside.
I don't want to. No,
Did you say fight? Did you see the eyes kind of like flare up a bit?
I
See kind of a hidden flame, looks like an inner flame kind of light up in Offie's eyes.
well, I don't mind a duel, but you seem angry with me. I apologize.
Why would I be angry with you?
As you're beaming blood.
Yes.
I don't know. It just.
Would you like to have a second helping?
I eye him up and down as well. I slowly get to whatever the lamp or whatever.
Sora, could you please hand me my jacket over at the end of the hallway?
I do. I give him his jacket.
No, this appears to be the wrong one. Could you check again, please?
As you split them up, Algaron, you guys split them up. You do send Sora to go grab more supplies, and you do see that It's come a sound to the front door. So Belle, you and Nico are coming to the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And what do they see then?
You see, as you're coming up, you naturally see the cobblestone cottage lined with plants and whatnot, but one of the bushes lining the stone pops out and bars your path.
Nico and Belle?
Yes.
He goes, kill it! Kill it!
Is it moving any like closer or anything?
Nope. It seems to strictly bar your path.
Kind
and
of-
it's shaking, and you would kind of feel its leaves are kind of hissing almost.
Does it have any thorns or anything on it?
It does not.
So if I like put my foot out, not to like kick it or anything, but like toe a line,
It wouldn't move.
nothing's gonna happen.
It's just
Saoirse,
trying to stop you.
what is Elgron's passive perception?
24.
Alright, so you and Saoirse, you approach everyone they're here. Kill it! Kill it!
What's happening?
Was
Was it the
younger
blue
voice.
coats or the green? What is it?
Oh, silly me! It's at the front door, and I'm going to roll deception. And I'm going to use
Guidance.
Ilmater's guidance.
Oh.
That's a 2.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I rolled a nat 1 on my insight. You're good.
Okay.
Man,
That's
twice,
a
dang, dude.
21.
Okay, and you're heading off to the front door? Elgron?
I go to where the coat rack is and grab my jacket and head out.
Alright, so everyone else at that table. So Ibalsa, Saoirse, Sora, you're kind of standing on the other side of the room. And Offie, you do see Elgron, your host, just leave you as he just walks out the door.
And he says, one moment. Appears something is happening outside. I shall handle it.
Eve also like puts her hands on the table and looks to Sora and off and she says, "All right, look, maybe you guys should spar or something."
If that's what you want, I'd love a fairly duel.
Sure. Let's take it outside.
Oh boy, yeah.
Wait for Algeron to get back, please.
Fine. Then goes back to sitting down and eating the
Do you
food.
sound pissed?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
Do you do anything before we go to? Okay.
No.
Or as you exit out through the door, you do see one of your shrub guards kind of move to the side. You see a small child, and you see a young child, say, and you see Belle. The kid looks like he's reaching in his bag looking for something.
Bell's like ready to just
Oh no,
like,
I gave him a
keep
dagger.
walking.
That's right.
He does pull out a dagger.
I also have a hand
I
axe.
tell him, wait, that is not necessary. I am the owner of this residence.
Bell side eyes Nico and gives a nod.
What are you dressed in?
So he has basically, I guess he's changed now.
Are you in nice clothes, I should say?
Here, I'll show you a picture.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Are you in nice clothes or no?
They're okay clothes. They're
compared-
better than like villager clothes.
Would they know that this person has money? Are they that noticeably nice?
They're on par to like a village head or something.
You see this young lad just kind of look at you, kind of eyeballs the house. This your house?
I would hope so. I've been living here for quite some time.
Kind of looks around. All this is yours.
Oh,
And he says in Celestial, and he does drop a name, which he looks at the shrub and says, Berry. And it kind of ruffles up, and he says something in Celestial, and it walks away.
You better go. Kind of points his dagger at it and walks away.
Well, no, it's not technically mine. All the land you see here belongs to the kingdom.
Kind of just, kind of steps a little closer to Belle. And says, I heard you wanted to talk to me.
That's right, but first, are you hungry? There's deer, soup.
Maybe.
I'm gonna roll insight on that. I'm gonna use guidance.
He was also wondering if you had ale.
Belle would pipe in. With a bit of humor to his voice.
That's a
My God.
28 on
You know
insight.
he's hungry, but he's kind of fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You get that sense he's weary of you.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't have ale, but I do have wine. If that might do.
His kind of eyebrows go up. He's kind of looking at Belle. See what Belle has to say.
He just kind of like gives a half shrug and stares at him.
I'll take a tankard of wine.
I think not.
Do I hear this?
No.
Okay.
It is still early
I
in
think
the
we're
day.
still talking.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it.
I'm still early in my life.
Can I adopt him, actually? I changed my mind. I'm keeping him.
Well, that's all good to know things.
If you want to be a good host and you give me what I want.
You know, that is quite right of you. I forget my manners. I shall give you wine and food.
Okay. Kind of follows you to the door.
So, he is going to go through the tea room, where it's basically a sitting room with bookcases and other
Freander.
things.
So, everyone's so Afi, Sirsha, Ibalsa, and Sora, you're all sitting down. You just see the door open, and you see Algron approach, and you see right behind him is Nico.
So instead, I would open the door for this kid.
Okay, you fall open, and Nico comes out looking like a smirk on his face like he just won. Kind of walks up to the table.
Oh, Nico, how are you feeling?
He's looking hungry. Kind of walks to the table.
Oh, nice.
Kind of sitting there, kind of goes up to a plate and kind of look at everyone. So, do we just help ourselves?
Oh, no, I have the best food for you. I'm going to roll deception.
Oh my god.
And since we've been talking for a while, I'm going to do the diplomat feat.
Oh, so
This is charming.
Charming a child.
To try to clear her head. Rest in pieces.
why are you always
Using
lying?
that. And
You know, if you need, if Saoirse needs to hear, you can message her.
No, it's not bad.
that is a 23.
He beat you with a 24.
Wow.
Okay. So, now I guess I'll go
That's the only thing he has going for him.
Yeah?
inside.
His
Yeah,
insight.
well,
Think
that
of
makes
his
sense.
life.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense.
guess.
What he's been going
Okay.
through.
And he's going to summon his familiar onto his shoulder. And it's the jackdaw.
See, just summon a bird.
It's resting on his shoulder. And you say, I am accomplished in some things. I dabble in magic, so you can trust me. I will be right away with
When
your...
you say trust, he has eyes narrow at you.
Believe it or not, I am the one who has given aid to your dear friend, and I will continue to do so.
He is a good man. You can trust him.
Kind of sits down as you guys are talking. He just kind of grabs a plane's paw. and
Not
puts it-
not that one. The best for you. And so, rolling deception for that. And
Alright.
and basically, my familiar is nodding their head in agreement that it is the best. They're helping me with that roll.
Would you roll?
Out of character, I just want to give you guidance so bad.
I already have
I want
guidance.
to
I know, but I
I want
wanna-
to give Bardic to Nico.
How can you beat it? 31.
Holy shit, kid.
Oh,
31? How?
How?
You rolled a 20.
A 20? That's not possible. He's just a kid. How does he have a plus 10 or plus 13?
He has nothing else going for him.
Still, that's unheard of.
I give him a whole higher. Well, think of how he's been surviving through.
Doesn't matter. That's unheard of. So something that's CR.
I guess I can lower a little bit, or 20. I can say 27.
I beat that, yeah,
Okay.
easily, but still, that's really fucking hot.
God.
Kind of dips his finger, a couple fingers in. All right.
So, I go to my greenhouse, and I mix up some fresh herbs and whatnot, and I cast prestidigitation on it, make it even tastier. little shit's not gonna enjoy my food. He'll have the kitty food. Either way, so I come back, and it also smells really nice. And I put it down and say, "Ah, yes, your wine. I'll be right back."
I go, wine, what?
And he goes down, and you see him next to this.
He has to be a good host, so he said I can have some wine.
How old are you again, Nico?
Old enough.
How old? I'm gonna use intimidation.
Okay, you're gonna tell him?
Yeah, like to tell
You're
me.
gonna intimidate a child.
Oh hell yeah! It's like I don't know how old he is.
Alright.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
Seriously, do you
there
like
goes your
those?
squireship.
Yeah.
What if out of characters in life?
You can roll history.
Mother!
Remember.
That one? Oh, that
What'd
is a
you
nat
roll?
one.
That one, and I have no modifier to it.
What's your AC? Oh, you're saying down, so you're
It's always 20, so
always 20? Even all combat?
I have it's unarmored defense.
Alright, with you say, how old are you? Kind of force it. He kind of picks up the plate and throws it at you.
Time to catch that. Nuh-uh.
You roll acrobatics.
Sure.
I'm gonna help.
It's a wooden plate, mind you.
Oh, whatever.
It's kind of one of the little bowl, more of the bowls that hold the shell bowls.
So you said acrobatics or?
Yeah, acrobatics.
Okay, that's fine. That's a total of 20.
Alright. You go you do kind of a sideways flip over this table and you kind of grab it midair and catch it, make it spin, and just put it back on the table.
So extra.
Kind of gives a stare to Nico, like,
Whoa!
no, don't go ruining people's things.
Ebals is actually gonna glare at him and says, "Yes, he needs to be a good host, but you need to be a good guest."
I snicker a bit.
Kind of grimaces as he's
She'll shoot
kind
you.
of keeps
with
putting his
glares.
finger in one of the other. Keeps beating it.
Is Nahiri back?
So I went down to the basement, and I go collect a stein, and I fill it up with grape juice.
Okay. All right. I will do this because I will use the sending stone to talk to Nahiri. Nahiri, I need your help.
It's quiet for a second. Something wrong?
Alfie wants to fight me.
I pause like mid-flight, like just hovering at this point. What?
I don't know. Is she usually like this?
I don't know Afi too well, admittedly.
Is there anything that she likes so I can piece the situation?
Out of character, I don't remember Afi that much.
Fine, it's been a while.
Full history.
Yeah, it's like I roll history on Afi.
You've disadvantage.
What?
It's been a while.
Oh, come on.
It's
This
been
is
a
what I get from
while.
that. Fuck, wasn't that one?
Okay,
cursed me, sorry.
You're drawing blanks of. The only thing you remember is that Afi had this really ugly coat.
What happened to that?
I don't remember
And
how to
Afi
let go.
has splendid armor.
Wait a second.
Someone gave him a check of fashion taste.
You would just hear Nahiri going, she's like trying to think. I don't remember much, honestly. We weren't together that long.
All right.
It might be she just doesn't trust you yet.
That's understandable, but why does she want to fight me?
Did you offend her?
I don't know.
Well, what have you guys been talking about?
She just doesn't look in my direction. I said, "Is everything okay?" She says, "It's fine," and it just doesn't seem fine.
1 second. And then I'm going to message Afi.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
And all you hear is Afi, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
You want to fight Sora?
Sora started it.
What did he do?
He said he wanted to fight. And simply, I just obliged.
That isn't... No, wait. She pauses. What was his wording?
He says, I don't want to fight you. Very talk down like.
I know. I messaged.
You're not in there. You're not in that conversation.
I don't think he's meaning to talk down to you, Afi. That's not like him.
What do you mean?
Roll my dice for what?
Persuasion.
I suck at persuasion.
Or insight because Offie's deceiving.
Oh, are you deceiving me?
Yeah.
How well do you know Sora again? Yeah.
DM, you should probably say that next
Yeah. Are you rolling
deception?
deception?
True. If you want to roll deception and try to deceive, then roll.
Yeah, I'll roll deception.
What am I rolling for that?
Insight.
Insight.
I'm gonna roll guidance to
switch
myself.
dice.
You are.
I'm
That's
nice.
4.
Jesus Christ.
Hold up. Let's see if I roll it now.
Inner party fighting.
14.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14.
14.
Yeah.
All right, and this is my deception.
Yep.
Yeah. You still have a chance. 8 plus 4.
Plus 5.
No. I rolled a 7, so it's
12.
It's 12. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you beat the insight. You do see that there's more to what Offie's saying, and it's probably not Sora. It might have been something. Might have been a slip of words, but you're sure that Sora was not the one who instigated it.
Okay. Afi, are you lying to me? You're not telling me everything.
Maybe.
Can we see what Offie's expression is like?
Offie's expression is kind of just like a little bit
Stern,
stern, but kind of like
Mildly ticked.
not ticked, because I'm talking to you. I'm more a little bit amused.
As you look across the table, you do see that Nico's done the same pose. They're doing the same pose. Arms crossed.
Afi, I've been gone, what, 10 minutes?
Been a little longer than that.
I don't know. She's not keeping track of time. But,
Been about half an hour now.
Afi, what'd you do?
I did nothing.
I don't trust you at this point.
He's rolling deception again.
That's a 3. Okay. That's better.
Oh my
What'd
God.
you roll?
That's a 17 plus
Oh, I rolled
18.
12.
I
rolled a 12.
You believe Offie maybe not, maybe did not do anything.
What did you say?
I just continued talking with him, even though I didn't want to.
Why don't you want to?
Why are you asking so many questions? Why do you...
Why aren't you answering my questions?
Is there something between you two?
Oh, insight.
I haven't done anything.
He hasn't lied to you. What are you inside?
Yeah, why incite me?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah,
You
true.
just asking it.
Yeah.
I just asked the question. Is there something between you two?
No, nothing has happened.
Now I'm rolling insight.
Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened.
You set yourself up.
You hugged him twice.
Yeah.
That
doesn't count.
That
That's something.
You can roll insight.
doubt.
That definitely counts.
And I'm rolling
That's something.
guidance.
That is courtship in the
All right.
You
Doubt.
had a heart to heart.
That's a 2. That is...
Oh my
So
God.
what am I rolling?
Deception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deception.
27.
Oh my God.
Oh, good luck.
Roll,
Try it.
Roll.
He can't. He can.
That's a 2.
You know, there's something there. They are kind
There's
of an item.
something.
You don't know what it is.
And I
There's
An
something.
item?
Yeah, we're
What? When did this happen?
There's something between them. You know, but you don't know what it is.
You seem overprotective of him.
I'm protective of everyone.
Really?
Yes.
What about Okri?
That's close
Yes.
to home. Are you insinuating something?
What are you gonna? All right.
Huh? Insight? Like,
No,
what
what
is
do you-
me?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
Yeah,
Are
she
you like
she
insinuating
kind
that
she
she wasn't
paused.
there to protect Okri or something?
It seems that from what I saw from the group, it seemed that a lot of you guys weren't like friendly towards Okri, but only saw him more. I never said you,
I know. I'm just doing that.
but it seemed that everyone was kind of keeping their distance, arm's length, away from Okri. So that's why I asked that question.
Mhm.
So simply that something happened, and I
Yeah.
want to know what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Nahiri will say, despite my personal feelings of Okri, I do not believe this should have happened to him. But it's not what we're talking about right now.
Why do you want to fight Sora?
You really want to know?
Yes.
I simply want to see what his worth is.
What do you mean?
Simple enough. Is he actually helpful to the party?
He is. He's helped us get through a lot of situations.
I shall see for myself.
Just
I will not kill him, if that is what you insinuate.
You want to hear a chuckle? No, not that. Just give him a fair chance, Offie. He's a good man.
If he is a good man, then he will be able to take me down.
I don't know. We'll see.
You gonna end your conversation with Nahiri?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will message Sora and just say she wants
before
to.
that,
Huh?
before that, did you end your conversation to hear? You do see you're like, is everyone else gonna be looking at over at Offie? As Offie was quiet for an
Yeah,
awful
I am
long time.
staring at Offie.
I'm not looking at I'm not looking at Offie
Yeah,
at
especially
all.
if
Okay,
like,
I'm actually
you have to
looking
touch
between the two of you.
the sending stone. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys pretty much saw me kind of like this. Oh,
I want to use a sleight of hand just to hide the fact that I'm using the sending stone. It looks like I'm just praying to Offie, at least.
alright, so
Right.
I'm going to roll insight for that one.
It's persuade. It's
No,
a
it's perception.
perception.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah.
Saoirse is awkwardly crunching on a
It'd be
radish,
your
watching this
Are you
happen.
looking at him?
Yeah, well,
Then
pretty
yeah.
much now that I'm
The
I
silence.
finished, I'd be
There's
able
a
to-
silence in the room, but there's like a kind of a tension
So there's
slowly rising, and
22.
all you hear is a
Guidance.
crunching of a radish from Tears.
Perception. 18.
So,
plus 9.
God damn! you know.
During
Okay.
all of that,
Oh,
real quick, during all of that, could I have looked around the table and noticed that the only one using their sending stone was Offie?
I was
Yeah.
using my sending stone as well.
Okay, and you, but you stopped at some point.
Yeah, I was waiting for a message.
So logically, the one that Offie could have been talking to and getting replies from was Nahiri. Could I have come to that conclusion?
You would have to roll investigation.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
roll,
what that's used
I was
for.
gonna
All
say
right,
inside investigation.
It wouldn't be a high roll. That's for sure.
14.
You're kind of looking at the numbers. You're kind of seeing that everyone here. Kind of going through. Definitely, probably talking. You're seeing, especially with Sora talking, and then Offie. You're guessing it was Nahiri.
All right, once they're done talking and like whatever, I'm gonna message Nahiri.
So I also, as
While you're getting ready to do that, you do see Sora kind of reaches for and what'd you roll?
He definitely saw me.
What'd you roll?
22.
Offie's a lady.
22.
Yeah.
All right.
I saw it with a 18 plus 9, 27.
20, yeah.
Right. So, as you remember in the past, Sora, you've been caught before, so you kind of look towards your right down the table, and you just kind of lean away. And you kind of go by. Offie just, as you like, reach through, you just see Offie kind of like come to the side and stare at you as you grab it.
It's like that meme with like the
Yeah, with the chicken and the.
yeah, the guy's like
You just see Offie's like face kind of just come into view and is watching you grab this.
Where did you get that?
it was a gift by the High Marshal.
Then I looked to Belle.
Or was that Adonis? I can't remember.
The sending stone?
Yeah, was it the High Marshal?
Fosses.
Or was it Fawcett? I'll just say Fawcett. I'm not trying to lie.
So Fossis. So I looked to Belle.
It's fine. He
I'm just
nods.
Who are you talking to?
So they're having their
Yeah,
What
go
do you
ahead.
want to send off? What are you messaging?
messaging here and just being like, "Hey, what's going on?" You can tell she's like being nosy.
Oh, you get back as a. Eve, I've been gone only a few minutes.
It's
What?
almost 45 minutes now.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Time is not a thing for her right now. I don't know how long I've been gone, and now apparently there's a fight starting? What? Why? I came out for some quiet, and now suddenly there's a fight breaking loose?
You get back. I may have encouraged them to have a friendly sparring match.
And audibly, she just goes, ah. Oh my gosh.
You also hear just to get it out of their systems.
I was talking to one of our fellow companions.
Who? Nahiri?
Kind of just. Yes.
I heard.
You
You just gotta stare at the tension rising as your kind of mean eyes. You hear
Oh.
the crunching of a radish again from Saoirse.
So it's just like. Alright, I don't want to fight you. Because I just want us to have a friendly conversation and want to get to know you better. I'm sorry if I offended you in some way or if my actions did that.
And while you're talking, Ogron, you come out and you do hear the "I don't want to fight you." You kind of come out with the tray of the drink and the food, and you see him as he says that. And they're talking. You do notice there's a rise in the tension as everyone's kind of watching that side of the table.
Except for Eva, so she's
Splendid.
grinning madly.
There will be no fighting. I'm quite joyous of that.
But if you want a duel, we can have a duel.
Oh, never mind.
At this point,
As you say that, you do hear a "kick his ass" on the other side of the table. As Nico's in there, has a fork and a spoon, kind of hitting on the table.
Kind of smirk comes to my mouth.
I want to message Sora, and I'm just gonna explain. She wants to test you. See if you're actually good for the team.
Hearing that,
Sora stands up. As he stands up, he's towering over you.
Oh, I'm not scared.
Staring down
I'm
at you.
not trying to intimidate you. I'm just like, let's go outside.
And he's staring down upon you, as here he said he would never would.
not in a bad way. I meant like no, like not in a bad way. What she was referring to.
Carson.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
God, just
I was
Yeah.
like, do you want to duel now?
Yes.
Let's do
Let's
this.
do it.
All right, let's do it.
Ebalsa's is also gonna get up and follow them out.
Are you guys heading to the
I'm-
door?
I'm messaging Ibalsa and being like, and I'm just gonna essentially give a rundown, being like,
Offie.
Afi, thank you, my brain froze. Afi wants to challenge Sora, doesn't believe he's worthy for the team, wants to test him. Keep me updated. Do I need to come back?
You get back. Oh, I figured that out pretty quick. Yeah, I'll just if you want to watch, sure.
So does Sora and Afa, you heading out the window? You do see Nico's face. He sees you coming. Oh, what was your name?
I never said.
Oh, I'll take my meal out there. Kind
You
of
will
gets up.
not. You either sit at the table properly and eat it, or there will be no supper.
Kind of reaches up and kind of grabs one of
I
those
smack
bowls.
his hand.
Ow!
Next time, Rajel shall peck at your hand.
Bird?
Yes, obviously. My familiar.
I've been hungry before. It's not every day you get to see a fight. Kind of rushes outside.
Oh, how dreadful.
All right, we're going to end this episode here. Thank you for joining us. This episode of Sword Feed Adventures. Please join us for the next episode. Yeah, have a good night.